What's going on, sports fans? Hopefully everybody is having a lovely Thursday, the 22nd of October already. Came by quickly, didn't it? So we are now on to week 7 of the NFL. We've discussed the Carson Wentz for overlay taking on Daniel Jones. We talked through that one yesterday. It's kind of important that you were able to get on it yesterday because one of the things about playing on overlay and playing within the matchup shop, for example, let's take like right now, versus Jones yesterday, and Wentz is now a -4, also a -1. What about the difference in that? Like, if you were to bet this one right now, and since I put 75 on this one yesterday, then it's only coming back as a 125, which is not really good, right? However, like yesterday, I put 75 and coming back with 135 and a -2, which is just kind of a good, I guess, a good example of why you just have to be on top of these things in order to get more points, in order to get better payback for what it is that you're betting. And there's another one going into tonight that the more I think about it, the more I like a lot. Right up top right here, we have tight end Evan Ingram for the New York Giants going tonight against the Philadelphia Eagles, and then Rob Gronkowski matched up with the Las Vegas Raiders come Sunday. Gronk in this spot all day, every day. I don't really think it's that close. I think it's a nice play right here in order to take advantage of Rob Gronkowski. And so let's look at matched up against and talked about the points for the tight end position against. So the Raiders rank a lot better than Philly. The Philly game is the Philly points against tight ends is completely offset by that one monster day that George Kittle put up. So I look at it as a similar matchup. Like, I don't look at it as one is great or one is bad. I think it's pretty similar. It's just that one was statistically blown up by the best tight end in the game, or arguably the best tight end in the game in George Kittle. Other than that, neither of these teams have like a great sample size of what they do against quality tight ends. So I don't look at it as a plus or a minus in that situation. Well, Rob Gronkowski has the advantage of being thrown to by Tom Brady. Meanwhile, Evan Ingram has to deal with Daniel Jones. Tom Brady isn't the great quarterback that he once was, but he's still way better than Daniel Jones. That's not even an argument. Daniel Jones would be happy just to snick the jockey strap of Tom Brady. I think we can all agree with that one right there. Next up, let's look at their production throughout the season. So, through the first 6 weeks, Evan Ingram has surpassed yard receiving against the Chicago Bears in week 2. He managed to bring in 65 yards. Other than that, his targets are all over the place lately. So maybe if you're looking for a point against it, they have a point to get to him tonight. I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case. I've really soured on Evan Ingram. I mentioned this one yesterday as one of those. I'll call myself a donkey for this. I've drafted Evan Ingram repeatedly in year-long fantasy for years. It never worked out. He's injured. He's unproductive. Doesn't have that. He's not good. Dude's got over 30 yards there. Now he's barely getting any targets. That could change. I'm not saying that lasts forever, but he's only surpassed 35 yards. And again, if you look at Gronkowski, you're getting a point on Rob Gronkowski. Meanwhile, Gronk, who started very slow for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 11 yards, 0 yards, now has 48, 29, 52, and 78 yards collectively over the last couple of weeks. He still does not look like the Gronk of old, nor will he ever look like that because age and attrition and injuries have just piled up on him. However, he once again has the added benefit of playing with Tom Brady. That's a big benefit, right? Tom Brady, again, he's not what he was 7 years ago, but what 43-year-old football player is going to be what they were, when they were smack dab in the middle of their prime. He's still a lot better than Daniel Jones, and this is coming from a notorious Tom Brady hater or doubter or whatever you want to call it. He is still leaps and bounds better than Daniel Jones. So he's got the recency bias. He's gelling with his old quarterback who knows him very, very well. Neither one of these guys is exactly lightening up as far as scoring. Evan Ingram has one rushing touchdown on the year, but no receiving touchdowns. Gronk got his first touchdown last week. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, it was one of multiple targets to the end zone, having watched most of that game. As the Tampa Bay Buccaneers absolutely destroyed my Green Bay Packers. I want Gronk here. I want Gronk all day, every single day. No questions about it. He is the guy that I want to go with right here. So I already have some money on it. I'm going to bet it again probably when this video is over. And I just wanted to go through like a quick review of like last night to talk about why, this is just website. It's just fun to play on. So Seager over Bellinger. I placed probably a few more bets than I would have wanted to last night. But I didn't bet any of them very big. So it was just more to have a good time and hopefully try to win a few bucks. And you can see the Manuel Margot versus Brandon Lau matchup is where things really went wrong because I won the small bet with Seager over Bellinger. And then again, ran a 5-person parlay, turnover Muncie, over Austin Meadows. And this is what the guys at Overlay specifically try to bring up in order to be exciting. And I'm not going to lie, man, I was up in my hands and feet, and I barely had any money going on it. So I had a Rosarina over Austin Meadows. Rosarina walked a couple of times. They intentionally walked him on what looked like it could be his last at-bat. And I knew Meadows was pinch hit for already, but had a single and a run, and a Rosarina then was to 4 points. Well, I'm just praying for another Rosarina at-bat. And then he gets up in the 9th. I believe there was 2 outs. And he gets down 1-2 and hits a weak ground ball down the left or down the third baseline and beats it out for the infield single to take the lead. Like, I was up cheering for that one, so it was pretty exciting. The big problem here for me on the night, and what stopped it, I think I broke about even, but what stopped it from being profitable was Manuel Margot was good, but Brandon Lau was great. So I used Lau in my DK lineup, which was awesome, but he hurt me right here because this parlay would have paid out, I don't know, 15-1 or whatever it was. I had another smaller one where this parlay was going to pay out whatever it was again on a $5, and that didn't work out. A Rosarina, he was able to beat Austin Meadows. Another one down here where I double up on a small parlay. It could have worked. I had an individual bet of Manuel Margot over Brandon Lau. And again, Margot's good. I'll take that 15, especially with the odds that you were getting at a plus 105 like that. Rosarina over Austin Meadows. That one worked out. Again, he down here, 3-person parlay. Like, I had everything right except for Manuel Margot over. Oh, nope, this is from the night before. So that's just a couple of examples of what's fun. You can get into it. On nights, maybe you have great confidence, go big. I got $75 on Carson Wentz, which is, again, I know that's not big for some of you guys. I know it would be real big for some of you others. I'll probably put some decent money down on Gronk later. It just gives you multiple ways to kind of attack it. If you like to go for crazy GPP kind of styles, like a 10 later the other week, and paid out 6 and hit it, but it's impossible. Either way, guys, it's a good time. If you have not tried playing here yet, make an initial deposit today and just send me that screenshot so I can hook you up with a free membership to the 5-pack. All right, guys, thank you. Have a good day.